Good morning, afternoon, or evening, all of my sexy people out there on the internet, and welcome to a new random show where I talk about stuff for, I don't know, a certain amount of time without any kind of script, and we just see how it goes along. My apologies if I sound any kind of weird today, but I am a little sick. I've been sick for the past 2 days, but I'm just starting to come out of it, and I've got way too much energy from being sick for 2 days, so I just kind of wanted to start this all up and see how it goes. So the subject of today's video, if you can't read the subject, is actually going to be why I main Medic and Engie in Team Fortress 2. For those of you who don't know, I am a Medic and Engie main. I personally nowadays prefer to play Medic more often because I can actually do that now, but Engie once upon a time was my main, and I still returned him quite frequently because I do love him. So I guess I might as well explain why those are my mains. As Engie was my first main, let's just start with him. So way back in the day when I first played TF2, I had a crappy computer with a crappy internet connection that I was all the way on the other side of the house from, meaning I really couldn't do that much. But little 14-year-old me wanted to play TF2 still, so I was like, well, what class can I play where I'm lagging, both internet-wise and the fact that my PC gets about 12 frames per second in this game? And then it hit me. I could play the Engineer. While a lot of playing Engineer does require you to have a decent connection, you can set up a good sentry location and sentry nest and still be able to play the game somewhat decently. So that's what I did. And for about a year and a half, I just mained Engie. That was all I could do, so that's what I did. I loved it. I focused all that I could after becoming a pay-to-play member on Engie stuff. And up until quite recently, I actually stayed an Engie main. But a little over a year and a couple months ago, I got a new PC for Christmas, and I was actually now able to play the game with pretty high settings and still get a decent frame rate, so I decided to try out another class that I had given a shot while I was a free-to-play, but hadn't really gotten behind that much: the Medic. Shortly after trying out the Medic, I fell in love with him. I might be getting my times wrong here because this was quite some time ago. I think it actually was longer ago than me getting my new PC, but I remember back when I started playing as the Medic, I really loved the quick fix and wanted to get a strange quick fix with some kill streak kits attached to it. That was my quest for almost a year, I believe, and I did eventually get a strange quick fix, and now I have a specialized killstreak kit on it. So I did eventually achieve my goal, even though the quick fix isn't as much of a loved weapon by me anymore. But the reason I loved playing as Medic and really wanted to give it a shot and fell in love with it is that I really enjoyed playing a support class. I'm not quite sure why, but in all kinds of games, I love to play as the healer class. I think it has something to do with the fact that I don't necessarily have to have that great aim or be able to pull off those great combos. While I am capable of doing those things, the Medic class allows me to help out the people around me in doing those things. Plus, you get that special little warmth and comfort and love knowing that you're the only person who's managing to go Medic, and if you're good at it, people will love you for it. I can't count how many times I've been in MVM especially and been told, dude, you're a great Medic, I'm gonna add you. Dude, you rock as Medic, I'm gonna add you so we can do stuff together. I have had at least 20 friend requests, and that I'm not even entirely sure if that's all of them, simply because I was a good Medic. You don't usually get that with just being good at a class, but with Medic it's different because you are doing something most people in pubs don't do, and you might be able to change the tide of a battle even without your Uber. Just being able to heal people while they're out and about is enough to turn around the game sometimes, and a lot of people, just for whatever reason, don't like to do it. And then if you're a really good Medic on top of that, you get to be even better, because not only are you helping a team with something that they didn't originally, they didn't have before, but you're also doing such a damn good job of it now that there's no way they're going to want to lose you and that they're going to love you and everything, and you just get praise and praise and praise and people love you. But the downside to being a Medic, although it's not as prevalent in TF2, is that if the team starts to fail or if people are dying, you are usually the first person to get blamed. Why didn't the Medic heal us? Isn't that the Medic's purpose? Isn't his job to make sure our health doesn't hit 0? Why is our health hitting 0? What is going on? Why are we losing the... So the Medic is kind of a double-edged sword in that way, but I still love to play as him. And now that I've got a specialized strange festive Crusader's crossbow, I'm actually starting to learn how to use that as I went into competitive for a short amount of time, but I realized I don't have enough time anymore for that. I'm finding that getting better with that is making me love Medic even more, because now I can do long-ranged heals. And I guess, I don't know, there's just something about seeing people's health go up that just makes me feel wonderful. And as far as Engie goes, as staying Engie, even though I mostly call myself a Medic main now, there's something to be said about being able to play as a class that can give people ammo and health and still attack. Sure, the dispenser isn't as good at healing as, say, the Medic's medigun is, but at the same time, the dispenser also gives ammo. And I can also build teleporters and a sentry gun, and I can use stuff like the Widowmaker to infinitely fire at people and do all kinds of crazy damage, and that is all ridiculously fun. One of my favorite loadouts is a mini sentry with a Widowmaker. It's just absolutely great. I'll put up a dispenser somewhere, people can heal off of that, and then I'm gone. Even if we don't have a medic, we can still maintain the front because that's there. So clearly I've got like a massive hard-on for defense support classes, and I don't know, it just feels really good to be able to assist those people. That isn't to say that I can't go out as a heavy or a scout and get a bunch of kills and do ridiculously good. I just kind of prefer being support, sitting back and helping out where people, possibly need help. And I know that there are a lot of us out there, so let me just tell you right now, if you haven't given Medic or Engineer a shot, how about you give it a shot? Look up a guide on how to play it so you know what you're doing, and don't just run away from it going, weird mechanics. Just give it a shot and see if you like it, because trust me, pubs always need more medics. There's almost never too many medics. It's a fun class, and hey, you just might learn something. But that's my random 2 cents on a random subject for a random video on a random upload day. So hey, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. So if watching this video wasn't enough for you and you're like, darn, is there any other way I could help this guy? Then hitting the like button down there will help. It'll trick YouTube's algorithm into thinking that I'm actually good at what I do and show me more often. You can also subscribe because I'll be uploading this and my TF2 talk series where I talk more specifically about things in TF2, like should MVM have entry requirements, and I am currently doing a guide on how to play each of the MVM classes on 2 cities. Of course, you can see all the information on those in the end card that'll be coming around right about now.